A beautiful but chilly night in Laval, Quebec. A great shot of Place Belle. One of the best rivalries in sports, Toronto-Montreal. We have it on tap on a historic night in the Professional Women's Hockey League. Already the fourth of 5 total meetings in the regular season between these two rivals, and we get underway. We're glad you could be part of history with us tonight in the PWHL with all 8 teams playing in the league here tonight. Turnbull takes the puck at center. Montreal will quickly grab it back. Rock is in over the line. A puck that skips away from her and coming back the other way. A chance to skate in off the rush. A puck towards the middle of the ice. That's where Daryl Watts is the only player in double-digit points this year for Toronto with 11, and Sophie.
Yeah, she's been very solid. Daryl Watts, pretty incredible. Great start again for this Spirit. Hopefully we're going to get some shots on nets. That's how they're going to be able to score some goals.
Montreal has done a great job of limiting its opponents in terms of shots on goal. Number 1 in that category. Just over 25 a game to give up. When you have ARD and Renee Desbiens net, good chance you're going to come away with some points. Right now, this is Jessie Comfer in the neutral zone. She has 7 career goals in 14 games against Montreal. There's a centering pass in front. It just skips away from Comfer. Harmon is waiting at the point. However, the puck doesn't come back her way as Cheyenne Darkangelo is able to get this out. And there's Stacy, the league's leader in shots. Would love to get a tally tonight. Dumps it in.
Laura Stacy, who wants to score some goals. Obviously, she shoots the pucks. One time, hopefully the puck will bounce in for her, because it kind of be sometimes frustrating for a player when it doesn't go your way.
And 6 shots in the last game, and the win against Ottawa was all over the net, just didn't score. And Renee Desbiens is out of the net, plays it ahead to Derek Gregg, and up to the neutral zone. Girolamo plays a crisp pass over to that far side. Dumped in behind by Maureen Murphy, coming off her first career multi-goal game. Scoring on the power play as well against the Ottawa Charge. The depth scoring has started to rise up for the Victoire over the past 5 games. Murphy will take the puck back and just play it forward. It's collected again by Renata Fast. 2 minutes, 15 seconds into this hockey game. Great crowd on hand at Place Belle as per usual. Good forechecking here from the Sceptres. This puck is in deep, comes back out to the point. Taken by Flanagan. A shot with a tip in front and a kick save by Desbiens. And then a great stick in front to tie up. Player that was loose, Aaron Ambrose, with a great play there. This puck is out and down the ice for an icing call. And Toronto, and Sophie, has given up 11 goals in its past 2 games. A 6-4 loss in Seattle, and then a 5-0 shutout in Vancouver. The West Coast was not kind for the Sceptres.
Sometimes it's easy to blame the goalie, but the puck has to go through all 5 players. So hopefully Toronto will be able to block some shots here tonight.
Willoughby skates to the neutral zone here for the Victoire. A centering pass that's through the slot area, out the other side. It's held in there by Abby Rock, and MPP out and buzzing. Fit to become a 5-time Olympian, and there's a little spin around, a backhand from Rock in the first test tonight for Reagan Kirk. Draw one. Here's Katie Tabin at the point, looking for a shooting lane, and a good block there. Coming from Natalie Spooner. We'd love to pick up that goal scoring that we saw from a couple of seasons ago, where she had 20, the league's top scorer. Comes around to Spooner. Little chip play out to the neutral zone. It comes to Poulin. Poulin looking around for Abby Rock. It's a bouncing puck and taken by Rock as she takes a bump, and again it's in deep. Fast. We'll restart again at Spooner. Her line on the ice. Spooner going 1-on-5 here. Able to get the puck in deep, then it takes a funny bounce off the boards. Comes out to the neutral zone and taken back again as Montreal tries to create off of the rush. Downey Landry and Darkangelo both on the ice here for Corey Chevry's Montreal Victoire. This puck in deep does come back out to the point. Boulier shot through a screen, and Kurt picked it up late. It just went past the post. Girolamo is in deep past Laura Stacy. Puck though hops on Boulier. And Downey Landry will be back at her own line.
we seem to evaluate each other on this first period. Low shots, only one on each side. Hopefully we're going to get some more shots to create more chance to score on both sides.
Here's Stacy below the goal line. Tries to play it in deep. Skamura the other side. Spin move at the half wall, finally checked, and Maggie Connors will get the puck to the line. The Victoire do a good job holding it, at least initially. Skamura on the puck. Fans appreciate the effort. A centering pass that's paddled away by Kirk. Kept in by Gosling. Puck poked towards the slot area. Finally taken back again and moved down to the neutral zone. This one all the way down the ice. 5:07 gone here in period number 1. Well, that's 75% success rate against Toronto for the first 3 games of the season. Is able to chase this one down and below the goal line. Also has the rookie Skylar Irving. Irving with the puck. Plays to Poulin. Comes back to Flaherty towards the middle, looking for a tip in the slot area. And that one floats wide of the goal. Taven activating, pinching down. Sceptres, though, do a good job of getting the puck forward. Van Wieren will just play this out, and Connors will take a shot off the top of the blocker. High off the glass and collected again by the Victoire. Here's Rock. Time and space for Abby Rock. 1-on-5. Little curl and drag move over to Poulin. Who wanted Rock to go right to the goal. The puck through the crease and out the other side. Gosling stripped to the puck, and Darryl Watts will start this rush. Has some company here as well with Malte. Back to Darryl Watts. Right in shot, and that didn't miss by much. Davian may have got a piece of that. Yeah, that was a great zone entry, and this is what Troy Ryan really focused with their team, trying to create some chances off the rush. Hands getting into this hockey game tonight. Oh, Gosling has to hurry off, and Emma Malte circles in below the goal line. Malte leads Toronto with 6 assists on the season, as 5 different goal scorers as well, but doing a good job distributing. Toronto would love a few more goals to go for some of the recent games. Willoughby chases after this puck, comes to Comfort. Comfort is able to win a puck battle. Finally, though, Boulier is able to step in. Boulier is able to knock this one forward. Doesn't get out with Caitlin Willoughby. Now it does. And Downey Landry is at the end of a shift and will head off. Yes, Montreal has this to work a little harder to get the puck cleaner in their zone. And this is one of the main emphasis that Corey Sherry was saying about we need to make tape-to-tape passes and making sure we clear that blue line. Renee Desbiens mishandles the puck. Spooner's right there. Oh, and this is rare that we see and Renee making a mistake like this. She's been such a great defender for a team. Spooner has 26 career PWHL goals, but a smile from Anne Renee after a close call in the Montreal zone. Congrats, Matt. Thank you. Thank you so much. It'll be a really fun time, and Olympic competition starts a week from today. The women's ice hockey tournament starts tomorrow. I got to get my math right. I'm in that time around the holidays, you know, where you never know what day it is. It's Thursday tomorrow. I'm in day -6. There we go. So far, just 1 shot apiece here in this hockey game. Puck in towards Kirk and in behind the goal. Pass comes out in front, and Toronto defends that. Comes to Gosling at the point. Plays back to Ambrose. Shot, and Kirk sees it well, and there's no rebound after that shot from the point. Darryl Watts has a couple of big game-winning goals in the takeover tour. Scored at the Bell Center, and also scored at Scotiabank Arena in overtime to beat Vancouver. So we know all about Captain Clutch and Marie-Philippe Poulin, but Darryl Watts has got a bit of clutch in her as well. A little rising star. Keep an eye on that going forward. DiGirolamo is back for the Victoire. Played over again to Laura Stacey out to the neutral zone. And over the line for D'Arcangelo. Played over the far side. Comes back up top. Shot. Pad save. Kirk got down in a hurry and kicked out that right pad. Here's Boulier with speed. Circles through the slot. Now down low, and the centering pass is just poked forward and out to center by Emma Wood. That was a great chance and great read by DiGirolamo to put that puck on net. We got to keep the girls. They have to keep things simple. It's not a lot of shots, no goals, a lot
in this PWHL, there's a lot of low scoring compared to the other years. So how do we beat goalies? We put traffic in front of the net, we make the move left to right, and we put pucks on net.
Ambrose able to get this puck, and Gosling will follow up. Played forward to Rock, in over the line, tries a centering pass, and another stick save for Reagan Kirk. And back to Rock, circles the net, centering pass, nobody covering that point. Taven will have to wait for everybody to tag up.
That was a bad read there, but there was a change for Montreal team. Again, we got to be aware as player down low. If we put the puck back up, make sure that the defender is there.
2-on-2 battle indeed. Taken back by Watts. Blair Turnbull. One of the main focuses for Turnbull in conversation with Troy Ryan is to try and get her offensive game going. Also leads the league in hits as well. Here's Spooner, shot. Desbiens leaves a big rebound, and that was in the slot for a second before Montreal takes it away. And again, out and down the ice, and it is icing against the Victoire. Defensive zone face-off for the Victoire. That's won by the Sceptres. Shot looking for another tip in front, and Spooner was right there. Taken back by Willoughby, and again out to the neutral zone. One again out for an icing call. So back-to-back face-offs this time. Victoire, who are the top team in the face-off dot this year, win one in their own end. Taven takes a look around, has some support. Youngbloom is just able to chip this one forward, and it might be back-to-back icing calls. Another scramble off of this draw. Spooner is there, moves to her backhand, forehand shot blocked. And that's another thing that Montreal does very well, is block shots. Youngbloom is tangled up there. Comfort the slot area. Now to Taven. Taven makes a nice move and plays this back into Maggie Flaherty. And Flaherty just makes the play out to Dubois in the neutral zone, but Toronto quickly gets the puck back in. Again, out of the goal, second time in a row that she's been challenged behind the net. Gets away with it though, and out to the neutral zone.
Yeah, the only way that Toronto's going to be able to create some pressure on Anne Renee is by putting pressure. For her to force the play, you got to put pressure. If she has the time, she'll be able to make the play.
Pat save there for Desbiens. Comes over to Greg, and Greg is out to the neutral zone, and it's sent in by Murphy. Kirk now, her turn to come out of the goal to lead for Flanagan. Flanagan trying to reverse in behind for Monroe. Monroe and Clara Van Wieren in behind the goal. Dalton, former Montreal Victoire forward, is out to the neutral zone. Dalton in on the right side will just dump this puck in. And Wieren unable to give chase though, as some of her line mates were on a change. That allows Montreal out to the neutral zone.
What a great smart play by Boulier there at the blue line.
Osmond takes the angle there, and Chalmerson taking it into the boards. Comes to Wood, centering pass, and that one chipped just wide on a close play.
That was close. You know, Troy Ryan said, you want to beat Anne Renee?
There's an opportunity. There's a penalty coming up here as well, and it's going to be against the Sceptres as Stacy raced in, forcing Kirk into a save, and Montreal going to the power play here for the first time tonight. So a holding call against the Sceptres. We're not a fast. That means it'll be Montreal to the power play when we return to Place Belle. A couple of early tests for Desbiens, but right now the Victoire to the power play. Montreal will go to a Royale Tiger Towel paper towel power play. Power through tough messes, and already a look of concern here for Troy Ryan. Montreal winning the draw. Stacy's at the point. Rock is on the wing and behind the goal to Marie-Philippe Poulin. Centering pass in front, and another big test for Kirk, who has done well with the rebound control. Nothing there, and another face-off coming up. Another draw, another win for the Victoire. Comes back to Gosling, goes down to Poulin. Below the goal line, Poulin up top, Gosling, Stacy. No shot yet from the Victoire after this reset. Down again, looking for that slot play, and it's dug out and again sent all the way back down the ice.
And that seemed like it was a set play where Laura Steam was top circle and move up trying to forget herself and then go into the slot. Unfortunately, they were not able to capitalize.
Play into Mlinkova. Mlinkova representing Czechia at the upcoming Olympic Winter Games of Milano Cortina on the power play right now. Rock down towards the goal line, just off the toe of the stick of Stacey, who just gets buried from behind, and that is a major point of concern. There's going to be another penalty here.
You can see, though, Ali Monroe did not mean to do that to Czech. She right away apologized and went down.
That's great to see. She's up quickly.
Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes it's when you fall. She was away from the boards. Sometimes that's what's the scariest thing, where the head could hit. We'll see it again here. It was a little push, but she was away.
So a cross-checking minor for Monroe. Keep an eye on Stacey at the bench. She's at the front gate, though, looking to try and come back out. And right now, it's a 5-on-3 here for Montreal. This is the really key moment of this hockey game. And
59 seconds. So there's a full minute of 5-on-3.
Poulin on the ice for this 5-on-3 or so is Rock. Slot area, no shot from Rock. Played back to the point. Gosling is there. Gosling, Murphy scored on the power play in the last game. There's a centering pass and a good block there from the Sceptres. Comes back again to Abby Rock. Drop past Gosling. Far side Poulin. Back into Rock. Closing in. One-timer, and Kirk is there. Square to the puck. Another draw one in the attacking zone. Rock wants to shoot. Drop pass. Gosling down low, and it's off of Stacey. Great to see her right back onto the ice here for this 5-on-3. Rock again, this time faking the shot. Played over to Poulin. Back to Gosling. Still no shot. There it is, and a one-timer blockered away by Kirk. Great pressure here from Montreal. Gosling fakes the shot, comes over far side, and another block, but not cleared here as Turnbull just didn't have the legs to get to that puck. Another centering pass out front, big save, Kirk. Abby Rock denied point blank by Reagan Kirk. And what's the old expression? Your best penalty killer has got to be your goaltender.
Or your best penalty killer is to not be taking any penalties. But again, Reagan Kirk here, we see she's confident, she's calm, and a great read by her coming out of her crease and, you know, reducing the angle by Abby Rock. She has such a great shot.
5 shots on that last power play, so it's back to 5-on-4 for another 55 seconds as Monroe continues to sit.
Toronto did a good job of blocking shots, and this is exactly what they have to do, reducing the number of shots from Montreal.
Darkangelo Scamura centering pass in front, skipped away from Darkangelo in behind the goal. The Fast is able to get it out to the point. Taken back by Murphy towards the goal. There's that traffic in front you were talking about with Darkangelo. Another save from Kirk, this time lifted out again and down the ice.
And the power play for Montreal has been a little slower at the beginning of the year. Now they've started to get some rhythm. Again, with a 5-on-3, you said, Matt, it could be crucial for either team.
Taben leading the rush here, down to the half wall, puts on the brakes, goes in behind Scamura. As Darkangelo trying to center the puck again, it skipped in front. Out through the crease and out the other side. Now with 5 seconds to go in the penalty, Monroe standing in the penalty box. Back up to the point. No shot from Aaron Ambrose. Now it's back to 5-on-5. One-timer, Kirk the save. And how about that penalty kill from the Sceptres?
They've done a great job. Again, blocking shots, clearing the ice, getting their shift shorts. And a 5-on-3 is not easy for the penalty killer. It's very demanding as a player. So great job, especially great job by Reagan Kirk.
5 total shots on those 2 power plays. You see how that changes momentum, as maybe that's the spark that Toronto needs, as they've been leaky defensively over the last couple of games. Dalton tries to skate it over the line, stood up there. Gentry is there and plays the puck over across the bench. Bump there from Jay Downey Landry, comes again over to Dalton. Ambrose pushes her off the puck and below the goal line. Taken back again by Jay Downey Landry. Out to the neutral zone. A heavy check there in front of the bench. Dubois also there to help out. 3:50 to go here in the opening period. From Place Bell, a place where the Victoire have not lost this season, going a perfect 5-0. All we can see is 5 goals in those 5 games.
That's impressive. That's a lot of goals.
15-5 the goal ratio at Place Bell. Bouncing puck in the slot, backhand, scores! opens the scoring.
She was ready. We saw Blinkova on the power play on the side of the net. She wanted that puck, and here she did not miss. Look at her being in the high slot in a great position and a great backhand shot, and it's hard for Regan Kirk to make that stop, but a backhand shot is very hard to predict where it's going to go, and it was not the hardest shot, but it was on net, and it counted.
All over the net on those 2 power plays, and this time gets rewarded as the first one of the night gets past Regan Kirk. So some depth scoring. Skylar Irving, the rookie, picking up her 3rd assist of the season, and Derek Gregg also in on the scoring, and Montreal right back to work with this top line. Poulin and Rock play this back to the point. Taven shot tipped, and Kirk makes a blocker save. Rebound chance in front, and Toronto trying to get the wheels going here with Watts with speed in over the line, forced out to the perimeter, and a shot that's easily knocked aside by Desbiens. Turnbull back to fast shot. That hits Watts in front, and that one was a stinger.
Not a block shot you want to do.
Not on your own team. Fast plays the puck back into the middle. A shot that's caught by Anne-Renee Desbiens. Shelton lifted that one towards the goal. Late stages here in this first period. Gosling fights for this puck with Zanin. Zanin able to help out and win that puck battle. Comes over to Comfort. Her shot blocked. Chance to skate here. Murphy might have some speed in. Great play there from Fast. Living up to her last name there. Fast getting back. Another opportunity here for Shelton. Makes a move. Skates in over the line. Curls back. Sceptres trying to get something late. Another tip in front. Flanagan pinches down. He's there with Haley Skamura. Former member of the Sceptres. Leaves it for the defender, Aaron Ambrose. Up to the neutral zone, and Murphy has speed again. 3 goals over her last 2 games, but that extra move to put her teammates offside. It's off just outside the Toronto zone. 45 to go, and the Sceptres right now with only 4 shots, getting into some penalty trouble earlier, Anne-Sophie.
That's a bit harder to get some shots on net, and we see for Montreal, Corey Chevry seems to change a little bit of the lineup. Laura Stacey's back with Poulin and Rock, maybe trying to spark some things here at the end of the first.
Below the goal line, taken by Chalmerson. Pass comes from Woods. That one deflected wide of the goal, and this one a bouncer too far from Monroe. Off to skate back to her own line. Turnbull. Forward to Woods. Right on Taven. Taven saw her coming. No brace for the check and took the puck away as well. Down to the neutral zone. Fast tries to glove it down. Then she's taken down by Rock. 1 minute to go here in period number 1. At Glass Bell, and the Victoire off to a good start. Thanks to Blinkova, who has the puck right now. Has some support from Poulin. Back to Flaherty. Played ahead to Taven. And this will not be an icing call. Some good pursuit play there from Blinkova. Below the goal line, D'Arcangelo. Taking off the puck. Comes over to Shelvin, just able to lift this one out. And Monté tries to spin it in deep. That, however, doesn't work. In over the line, a close play. It stays onside, according to the Lions person. Back out to the neutral zone, though, and just banged back in by D'Arcangelo, and this will be an icing call this time. So a key face-off here with 17 seconds to go in the first period. Comfort wins the draw to the side. Zanin gets it back up to the point. There's that shot. No traffic in front, though, and it's the blocker save at the corner. Centering pass looking for Spooner. That's intercepted. Single digits now left on the clock. 5 seconds to go. Blinkova just elects to dump this puck in. And that will pretty well do it here for the opening frame. Victoire on the final game. The Olympic send-off. A historic night in the PWHL. Blinkova's got the tally for a 1-0 Montreal lead. Continues to dominate in the face-off circle. 6 for 9 in that opening 20 minutes, and just won another one as Montreal gets the puck in deep. Fast is back, plays over to Turnbull. He was well covered though, and it goes in behind the net for Irving. Irving takes the puck at the half wall, comes back to Ambrose. Ambrose takes a look around, fires it in deep. Watts is there, couldn't get a good stick on it though. Comes back to Poulin, takes the shot and wanted to screen in front. Kirk made a save into the corner. Puck chip to the line, held in by Gosling. Cole Gosling gets the puck in deep for Rock. Abby Rock leading all players with 3 shots, almost a 4th there. That one though goes off the side of the net. Takes a big heavy check there for her troubles and taken by Malte. For Watts, Toronto's leading scorer in a line, back in front, shot just missed, rebound off of the end boards. That was dangerous for Montreal. Here's Stacey countering back with speed. Stacey backhand, tried that power move and just lost the handle in front of Flanagan.
And you know that scoring chance all happened with Blair Turnbull's hit here on score Stacey.
Flaherty's shot, that one blocked down in front there by Malte. D'Arcangelo trying to centering pass. This line has looked good here tonight, but right now forced back out into neutral territory.
Indeed, it's going up and down. Oh, that could have been too many players. Could have been dangerous.
Close call at the bench there as Montreal hustling to get players off. This one sprung forward here for Gregg. Derek Gregg in front. Murphy's return pass just out of the reach of Gregg, who was tied up.
Warren Murphy was generous here. I would have liked her to see put the pucks on net. She's had some great looks in the last 2 games.
Murphy went the first 12 games of the season without a goal, but now has 3 in her last 2. Finds that goal-scoring touch. Right now in on the forecheck here, causing some problems. Taken back. Sheldon unable to move the puck forward, so more good Montreal pressure. Shot that goes off the side, go wraparound attempt, and Scamurra didn't miss by much there with Kirk late to react.
That was a great attempt. A left-handed shot coming around the net like this.
A surprise attack.
It was.
Chance for a 3-on-2 here. Zannon's in over the line. Kiara Zannon's pass, that's cut down by Boulier. Zannon though stays with the puck, works towards the slot, taken down. And it comes to Dave Yan, who decides to take no chances with a pretty sizable crowd in front. You ever scored a nice wraparound goal?
I can't recall, but I'd like to say yes.
I was watching your overtime winner earlier on today. Big moment against Ottawa a couple of years ago.
It wasn't a wraparound, but I did turn on myself, and I think that's what surprised Maschmeyer.
What a cool moment. Toronto trying to tie up this hockey game, winning the draw, centering pass in front. That one knocked away. Stacey will counter back. And over the line, Jay Downey-Landry going right to the goal, bouncing in front. Kirk down, but can't snare it. It was loose there for a good second or two. Stacey plays back to the point. Gosling goes down. Stacey spins away from her check. Below the goal line. Centering pass, and what a chance that was. Stacey thought she had that wraparound again. Stacey came into the hockey game 34 shots without a goal, which is very uncharacteristic. Second in PWHL history with 8 power play goals. Finds the net more often than not, but really throwing a lot of pucks on net lately.
It's a great key to success to be able to score goals. If you put the pucks on net, the chances are it's going to go in.
Youngbloom tried to create a turnover there. Rolla will take the puck, and Chalmerson will tip it in. DiGirolamo will be back for Montreal. A reverse to Boulier, who has to circle in behind her own net. Here's Willoughby. Start out. DiGirolamo will flip this in. It's caught by Kirk and swept quickly to the side. Savannah Harmon play this forward to Watts. Watts tried that curl and drag, and another block shot. That time from Maggie Flaherty. That allows Maury Murphy to play the puck to Scamurra through the neutral zone. Haydn Scamurra in over the line, feeds over, far side shot, kicked away again by Kirk. Taken back by Toronto's captain, Blair Turnbull, as the Sceptres try and look for something off the rush. Turnbull shot again blocked, centering pass. Cut down again, and Scamurra gets away from her check. That's Watts. 3 Montreal Victoire players to the neutral zone. Chance towards the goal, and Kirk makes the save with Gregg right on top of the crease.
You have to make sure you capitalize. 3-on-2, they don't happen that often. You gotta make sure at least we got a shot on net for the Montreal team.
Got to get the microphone down there with Kelly. Come on, give me the puck.
I'm sure she's gonna tell it. But a shot on net is never a bad option.
Right now, the Victoire have 18 of them. Kirk has looked sharp. She has held Toronto in this game. It's a one-goal hockey game. Up to the line, Ambrose over to Gosling. Shot blocked down in front. Irving was in the area. Taken back, and Zanin played this towards the goal, and Desbiens sees the crowd coming, and it's right into the back of the goal. Right now, looking at a face-off in their own end. Another draw one. Ambrose takes a bump. Arcangelo unable to clear. Chip play that goes in behind the goal. Monroe. Cole Gosling back on the ice. Rookie defender is able to free up the puck for Stacey. And once again, Stacey out to the neutral zone. Chips it forward. Right in on Kirk. And a snow shower there from Jade Downey Landry. And right now, Toronto still in single digits for shots. 8 for the first 25.5 minutes. Gentry, though, will kick it forward. Opportunity to skate in over the line. Freed up for Spooner. Puck that takes a deflection. In wide of the goal, though, and Stacey again up to the neutral zone. Pushed back in by Flanagan, and Desbiens will take a look around, play on the back end. Over to Boulier. Boulier's play out to the neutral zone, and another icing call here as these two teams look to get some flow going here in this second period. Taven will start the rush. Linkova, goal scorer tonight, chases after the puck. Harmon, though, beats her to it. Comes over to Dalton. Dalton has to play with Gentry. Up to the neutral zone, but flipped back in by the Victoire. Back to the forecheck. Linkova with Greg. Skamura, the trio here for the Victoire. Greg taken down. Linkova follows up. Back over to Dalton. Play comes over to O'Connor. Stops up on the half wall, just plays it in deep for Claire Dalton. Trying to spin away, unable to do so. Shelton at the line. Dalton will redirect it back in for Van Wieren. Van Wieren finally jarred off the puck, and Taven again will put on the brakes. So far, it's been a pretty clean hockey game from the Victoire, especially in their own end.
Yeah, they've been blocking shots, and this is what their team identity is.
That being said, Shelton is in off the rush, trying to center and pass. Van Wieren, though, couldn't handle it. Kirk will come way out of the goal and try and kickstart another rush. Flipped in just ahead of Emma Woods, though, and a chance then for Desbiens to hold on. Then we're going to have an attacking zone draw here. It's won by the Sceptres, who are still one shot away from tying up this hockey game. Flaherty takes the puck behind her own net, plays it up towards the hash mark. Not clear, though, by Montreal. Comes back into the middle. Shot, pad, save, Desbiens. One of her best of the night, denying Malte in front. Here's a play forward. Willoughby with speed. On her backhand, though, curls back, looks for teammates. Caitlin Willoughby will now cycle in behind the goal. Dubois centering pass, and that one knocked away by the goaltender, Kirk. Comes to Gosling, winds up, shot blocked. 3 Toronto Sceptres trying to start this rush, but again, a good back check there from Victoire with Irving getting back to break up that rush.
I really like that presence by Blair Turnbull's line. Really showing some grit. Emma Maltesh, good shots on net. She's had good opportunities.
And now we will take the timeout on the ice with the Victoire still leading after a first period goal from Natalie Blinkova. 1-0 Montreal. What an interesting dynamic. You must just have the on and off switch, especially in a heated rivalry like Toronto and Montreal, but on the same team when it comes to Milano Cortina and Team Canada.
Yeah, and we also saw Caroline Ouellette that will join also the coaching staff, and it's the same thing for the players. They are rivals tonight, but tomorrow they're going to be teammates for some of them.
A long list. Players, coaches, personnel, equipment managers, all heading over to Milano Cortina very shortly. Olympic competition and the women's ice hockey tournament beginning in just 8 short days. Irving will take the puck, get it out to the neutral zone, takes down her player. That's going to be a penalty against the Montreal rookie, and this might be Toronto's chance to get its struggling power play going. And okay on the bench. So it's a high sticking call. Could have been a trip in there as well. Either way, it's going to be Toronto here to the power play. Just 4 power play goals on the season here for the Sceptres, ranging about 11%. But could use one here. Flanagan shot through a screen, just wide, rebound chance, and Desbiens read that one well. One of her tougher tests so far in the hockey game. Another draw one here by the Sceptres. Harmon's at the point. Flanagan in the middle of this power play. Laid over to Emma Malte. Malte doesn't shoot, instead goes down low. Try to reverse pass in front. That was blocked. Malte gets the puck back. Allie Flanagan plays over. Harmon, no shooting lane for Savannah Harmon, so it's back to Flanagan. Played over to Malte, into the middle, one-timer play there, and Harmon couldn't get good wood on it. It's Montreal penalty kill, second best in the PWHL this year. Unable to clear here, though. So some more tense moments for the Victoire. Hard shot, rebound, loose, Desbiens, what a save! And the puck is trapped underneath her pads. Heavy action on a heavy shot, but Anne-Renee Desbiens holding strong.
She is very solid, and that is one of the greatest chances Toronto had. And it was a shot that she didn't necessarily control that rebound, but again here, Connors, where it was right in front, get that puck, tries to put that in. And that's how you're going to beat Anne-Renee on the second, third, maybe fourth shots.
Third straight draw here that Toronto controls. Fast, plays back to Watts. Watts looking towards the middle net where Spooner is. Spooner taken down, puck sent over to the far side and taken back here. And Murphy stapled up hard against the boards. She goes down and will now head off. 35 seconds to go. In the minor to Irving. Quickly out for Watts. In over the line, fends off a check, finally taken off, and has a word or two with the official. She skates by, and Stacy will take it the rest of the way out and down the ice, and will continue in on the forecheck. Watts will restart. Poulin right on her. Watts, great speed, able to get away from Marie-Philippe Poulin. In over the line, takes the shot, end-to-end rush, but it's blocked away by Desbiens. Cleared out and down the ice.
Told you earlier, Darryl Watts, the little rising star. Great speed out there, great shot on that.
Total of 4 shots for the Sceptres on that power play. It's now over, back to 5-on-5. Midway through the second period. Chalmerson in deep. Beaulier there, so is Poulin. Flaherty, seeing the pressure coming, is able to get this along the boards, and a neat little chip out to the neutral zone. Once again, Toronto will try and reset. Monroe on the backhand. Emma Woods chases after the puck. Flaherty, though, there first. Beaulier as well. Chalmerson on the forecheck. 2-on-2 battle in the corner as Toronto gets some fresh legs on the ice. Puck comes free. It's another puck battle one here. Willoughby fires it over to Rock. Sheldon back first, and almost too many on the ice there again for the Victoire.
And that's a long change where you're in your defensive zone in the second period. It can get tough when you get caught out there.
Taven just kicks this forward. Harmon around to Chalmerson, gains the red line and will just chip this in. Back to work goes Claire Dalton, but didn't have support, and it's an easy breakout here for the Victoire. Landry plays back. This one sent in. Shelton plays back over to Fast. Ella Shelton looks for the neutral zone as Toronto's D tries to join the rush here. Shelton will take the pocket below the goal line. Little drop there to Emma Gentry. Gentry lost the puck for a second. Does have some support. Watts is right back on the ice. Played back to the point. Fast into the middle. Some quick passing. Gentry, though, she was checked. Comes back down to Renata Fast. Little play towards the middle of the ice. And with the paddle down, just took that away. And once again, back out to center.
I really liked the play where both defender Ella Shelton and Renata Fast were creating the offense there. And remember, that's one of the reasons why Toronto traded that first-round pick to go get Ella Shelton. And, you know, we're trying to get some offense. We know that it's a little different and hard for Toronto to score naturally.
Might be an opportunity here, but a pass that is checked away. Linkova Puts this back towards the middle. Gosling ahead to Stacey. Stacey stopped by Kirk. She just can't buy a goal right now. Good save, looking for the 5-hole there.
It's hard for a player when you're not on that streak and you get into your head, you start thinking so much. And Laura Stacey with great speed and goes to take a shot on net. And great pass by Nicole Gosling. Look at this. Stacey was almost offside if she didn't get that puck. Again, as you said, Matt, she tried to go 5-hole. Regan Kirk says no.
Kirk has played well. Stopping 18 of 19. Another draw one, another shot. Out this time over the target. Play back out to the neutral zone. Here's Poulin. Able to chip it to herself. Poulin shot and big rebound off of Kirk. Made the save. Bounced out and Rock is there. Chases after the puck. Rowe chips this one up and over the glass, and this one went directly out. So that's going to be a delay of game minor against Allie Monroe, and it's going to be Montreal back to the power play.
You have been penalized for 2 minutes.
So Montreal, which had that 5-on-3 back in the first period, comes in 0 for 2. Did have 5 shots, though. Looked pretty dangerous. A Royale Tiger Towel power play. Power through tough messes. And here comes Poulin. A drop pass to Aaron Ambrose. Back into the middle, Gosling. Plays over, far side, little tip play looking for Stacey right back on the ice. That was from Rock. Pad save Kirk. Back up top with the recycle. Poulin, Gosling doesn't shoot. Back over to Abby Rock. Looks at that shot. Gosling will play it back over to the captain. MPP gets it back up top. Nicole Gosling, a pass over to Rock. Big time pressure here from Montreal. Gosling wants to shoot. In front, scores! Poulin! And in the final game before the Olympics, MPP's got one, and it's 2-0 Montreal.
Well, that's too bad for Toronto because they were doing a great job at keeping Montreal on the outside. Montreal tries to make that cross pass usually on that power play, but here we saw Toronto really focused. But Matt, when you put the puck on net, great things can happen. Just a little good bounce, and Marie-Philippe Poulin closed that deal.
7th of the season for the Montreal captain. 2nd power play goal of the year. And now the mountain just got a little bit bigger for the Sceptres here, who have not been able to solve Anne-Renee Desbiens on this night, and now it's 2-0. Downey Landry plays it back to Katie Tabin. That one broken up. Spooner able to get this puck back out to the neutral zone, and Montreal here will reset at its own line. Boy, the fans in Montreal, do they ever love MPP?
Tori Severy before the game said that Montreal is one of the best fan crew that exists, and this is one of the reasons why she believes that Montreal is undefeated still at Place Bell. She said Ottawa is up there still, but Montreal is really at the top.
Linkova with speed, off the rush, lost the handle on a good play coming back from Allie Monroe. 4:30 to go, middle frame. Skamura's shot, stick save Kirk, rebound though, there for the taking. Comes back. And again, we're playing 5-on-5 here, but this is some big time pressure again from the Victoire to Girolamo. The defender in deep. Lifts this over to Skamura. Skamura takes a heavy bump there from Gentry, and that did the job. Comes free in a play just out to the neutral zone, but no one really in sight. Does go off a Montreal player though, so that negates the icing call.
Right, what a relief for the Toronto players that they were able to get a change on that.
Just get the feeling that Toronto's got to have the next one here. They almost give it up. What a chance for D'Arcangelo there. Had the goaltender looking the wrong way, and then Reagan Kirk was able to get some of the glove on that. There's going to be a Toronto penalty coming up. as things go from bad to worse here for the Sceptres. Just gave up one. A player down and will head back to the sin bin.
Is that what you say? You dig your hole? We're going to the break.
Fast heading off, and Montreal back to the power play. Up by 2. This power play is brought to you by Royale Tiger Towel Paper Towel. Power through tough messes. 6 shots for Victoire. Look to inflict some more damage here. Comes to Rock. Drop pass. Gosling back to Rock. Towards the goal. There's that chip play. And this time Poulin just missed. Just over top of the crossbar there. Comes back to Aaron Ambrose. Cross ice. Gosling picked up the assist on that last goal. Another chip play in front. That seems to be the calling card for the Victoire, is that dangerous play to the slot.
Yeah, put the pucks on net, getting some chips nearby Kurt, because, you know, Matt, even though the score's 2-0, she's done an amazing job already facing 24 shots.
Late stages, second period. Back again to Poulin, who just cashed in her 7th season. There's a heavy check there as Monroe lowered the shoulder. Centering pass, Rock checked. Poulin's right back up. Fans oohing and awing at that.
It's a physical game. You know, the PWHL has evolved over the years, and the physicality has been part of it.
Might be the most physical Olympic Winter Games yet, thanks to the PWHL. Centering pass in front, bouncing around, shot. Kirk the save. What a beauty that is. Kicking out that left pad to keep Toronto close, but still killing a penalty for another 40 seconds. Harmon takes a look around, has some company in the form of Skamura, and once again, Toronto can't clear the zone. Taven plays over to Flaherty. Back to Katie Taven, who's got a wicked one-timer. Doesn't use it here, though. To the wall, Murphy, Flaherty, one-timer, kicked in front, scores! Cheyenne D'Angelo! And that's her first for the Montreal Victoire. 3-0, another power play goal.
It seemed over the last couple games, the Montreal power play has been clicking way more. But again, on that sequence, same thing as the first unit. Puck movement up, bring the puck to the net. It got a deflection here on Skamura. Last time was on Ella Shelton. But his same goal on the same power play goal. 2 deflection, very hard for a goaltender to make that stop. There's not much he can do. D'Angelo buries that puck in an open cage.
And I gave her a few short. That's her 3rd goal of the season, but she celebrated like it was her first. Big smile on the bench, and the power play coming through in a big way for the Victoire.
Yeah, and her last goal, I believe, also occurred on the power play against the Ottawa Sharks here at Place Bell. What a better way to score your first goal against your last team.
So it is 3-0. D'Angelo registers her 3rd. And another chance off the rush here for Youngbloom in, and a good back check there from the Sceptres, who have been hurt a couple of times badly with players sitting in the penalty box.
We're talking about score depth and scoring, and D'Angelo has been amazing. That's why Montreal went to get her with Ottawa. Good at face-off, good on the power play. She's able to score some goals. She's not having the, you know, she's not putting as many points as she did last year, but maybe now she's getting the goal.
Less than a minute to go in the second period. Once again, Toronto turning the puck over fast. Tried to reverse it. Ambrose, though, from the blue line is in deep. Greg takes a hard bump there from fast, and some frustration starts to creep into the Sceptres game here, up to the neutral zone, and good checking from the Victoire. Spooner just banking forward off the boards and into Montreal territory. Now we're looking at 5 straight periods here for the Sceptres without a goal, being shut out in Vancouver. In the last game, there's a shot from the point. That didn't miss by a whole lot. Last Toronto goal was in the 3rd period in Seattle at the 8-10 mark, so not a streak that they're going to be happy about.
Oh, and it's going to be a hard third period. If we remember, Anne Renee did not allow more than 2 goals since 20-something games, 24 games, and you know it's already 3-0. Montreal undefeated at Place Bell. It's going to be a hard third period for the Toronto Sceptres.
So, last 20 minutes here at Place Bell. Is Toronto able to try and get back into this game and try and bump out of the slump? Going to be a very tough task, as you mentioned, and Sophia's. Montreal's hit a lot of its magic numbers, and Renee Desbiens has given up 2 or less in 12 straight games, so not 3, seeming like Montreal is in good shape. However, all it takes is for 1 shot, and Toronto could be right back into this game. Stacey plays us forward, and it's out and down the ice. And best fans of the PWHL is a regular comment from the Montreal Victoire players. Although I'm sure every other team across the league will have something to say about that. But right now, these fans have not been disappointed at Place Bell this year.
That's why they keep coming back.
Sophie Thompson, the Lions person, just took one. That puck was being cleared. Looks to be okay, though. Downey Landry will play a pass through, looking at Stacey, who had a step. Kirk takes it and just shovels it off into the corner. Downey Landry unable to secure the puck, and it's taken back again. Connors is in over the line here for the Sceptres, who are going to try and get back to work. Shelvin at the half wall. Shot blocked and cleared again by the Victoire. Back out to the neutral zone, and that's where Greg chases after the puck. Taken down right in front of the Toronto bench. Does get it in deep, though. Sends around over to the near hash mark, and Shelvin will try again. The flip play out. Heavy collision there, and he goes for a hand pass.
We know that there is a 1-week break for all the players, but then after they get back into action with, I think, 17 or 18 practices.
It's going to be a big stretch as we push towards the playoffs following Milano Cortina. But first things first, this third period. Right now, Toronto in the attacking zone. Fast, though, unable to hold it in. Some good pressure from Greg. Sent back in deep. Here's Woods. Circles in behind the goal. Tries to skate away from DiGirolamo. Back up to the point. Shot. Screen in front. Puck is loose and taken it just wide. Emma Woods following up. Just missed that. Comes back out to the point again. Pass over to Fast from Shelton. Puck in deep. Woods centering pass again. And some good sticks in the lanes from the Victoire. Shelton takes a bump. Tries to get it in deep. Boulier follows up, and on the second chance is able to get it out through the neutral zone. Follow it up. Here's Turnbull. Turnbull towards the slot area. Pass back to Watts. Watts takes it back. There's the shot. And again, hit something in front. Boulier was there, and so was Malte. There's nothing bouncing Toronto's way yet, but give him credit. Pursuit on the puck. Shot towards the goal. This time, Desbiens into action, makes the save. Flanagan at the point. Good start to the third period here from the Sceptres. Malte. The puck back up to the point. Flanagan, nowhere to go except in deep again. Turnbull tries to skate away from 2 defenders. Malte is there. Puck back up to the point. Held in. Shot. Another block. This one from Poulin. Puck loose in front on the backhand. That didn't miss by much. Just poked wide of the goal. Another puck battle won here by the Sceptres, who have had some good zone time here. Some tired Montreal defenders, including Boulier. Plays his puck over to Greg. Greg out to the neutral zone and finds Poulin, who's already scored tonight. And Poulin played that puck backwards to Irving. Shots were 11-9. Montreal, who have won the shot battle through the first 2 periods. Montreal's average that they give up is 25, so Toronto right now with 15. Somewhere around that area. Here's Stacey, a shot, partially blocked. Behind the goal, comes back out. Gosling runs into the Lions person again. This one out and down the ice, and the Victoire will come back down the ice after another icing call. Montreal looking for its 3rd victory of the season against the rival Sceptres. Here's Stacey, Stops up, room to shoot, lets it go, takes a double deflection and never got through. Spooner will take this puck and play it ahead to Jesse Comfort. Comfort takes the puck, but was offside. Skimura on the draw right now. Kova chases after the puck, but it's Harmon. Will dump it in and handled nicely by Desbiens. Linkova, who opened up the scoring back in the first period. Waits for the puck, and Kova now watches Boulier pushed up against the boards. Stays on the puck though. Connors is there. Got the stick trapped up against the boards for a second. So number 22 in blue and white, unable to help out there at least for a moment. Another puck battle one though as the Sceptres continue to do some good work in the attacking zone. Montreal will try again on the clearance. And this one, Linkova does chip it out and back down to the Toronto line.
Yeah, and I feel Montreal is more defending themselves in this third period. Not much has happened, whereas Toronto is really have their foot on the gas.
Here's Dubois with some speed. Has to reach back to take the puck. Does get it in deep. Monroe is back. Youngbloom there as well. Comes up the far wall and handled there. Chalmerson. Let's get it up to the neutral zone, and that's where Toronto tries to regroup, and Weir in there as well. This one poked forward by Youngbloom, and Montreal will start a change. Seems like that's the blueprint here for Corey Chevry, is puck in deep and get that change in.
Yeah, and I wonder if we're going to see a bit more of the third and the fourth line now that they're ahead. 3-0. The Lions line, is Corey's going to rest them a little bit? I don't know.
Another save from Anne-Renee Desbiens. It's a 3-0 Montreal lead midway through the third. One day, Kelly, we all can dream of the magical bobblehead night. Never give up. But on our own bobblehead night, ARD has put in a rock-solid show here, stopping all 17. It's really frustrated Toronto all night. You can just tell some of the reactions from the Sceptres players on that last chance from Woods. Sceptres are continuing to push. There's a deflection in front off of Turnbull. Goes off into the corner. For 6,000 fans in the building, received Anne-Renee Desbiens bobblehead. Could be a good collector item one day. Get that signed, might be in business. Right now, the Sceptres in danger of losing their 7th the last 8 games. And that means everybody else is picking up points.
Especially tonight. All 8 teams are playing, and one game can change so much. 3 points is huge.
There's Downey Landry looking at Stacey for that centering pass. That one intercepted though. Below the goal line, back up to the neutral zone. I don't have too many guarantees in sports, but one guarantee, there will be some teams picking up points tonight. This one skipped ahead and sent in as the wave makes its way around. Class Bell. Skimura, chance for a 2-on-1. Skimura is in, looks at the goal, shot partially blocked there by Harmon on a good back check.
That was a good stick by Harmon. Good defensive play.
Needed to make that play. 4-0. You might as well pull the curtain down. Willoughby. Check that, it's Maureen Murphy. Played over, shot, hit Dubois in front. Goes right to the corner. Dubois wins that battle. Chopped him down from below the goal line. Another 2-on-2 battle here. Kathleen Dubois comes out with the puck. Looks in front. Nobody open. Takes it in behind. Flaherty is there pinching down from the point. Youngbloom also on the ice, and so is Dubois. Good work here from this Victoire line. Finally broken up. Willoughby tries to go down. Dubois was taken down. Does get the pass in front. Youngbloom eating up some valuable clock time here as well.
Indeed, and that's a great presence from the fourth line for Montreal.
Good shot off the draw. Poulin. Back on the ice with Rock and Linkova. This puck out down the ice, and this will be an icing call as Boulier is back. Girolamo at the point. This time no screen, so no deflection, and a blocker save from Kirk, who stopped 24 of 27 Montreal shots tonight. Dalton chips this into the opposite corner. Taken there by Maggie Connors. He cycles the puck in deep. Van Wieren is there. A couple of players go down below the goal line. Van Wieren trying to chase after Amanda Boulier. Puck comes to the line, held in by Woods. Woods takes a check from Poulin. That pushes the puck out in the neutral zone. It's a 2-on-3 rush. Mikova tried to make a move and just put the puck in deep. Woods and Gosling, as Gosling pinches down. Darkangelo from the wave down to the Olays. This town loves its hockey. They love their Victoire. Well, right now, the only Canadian team in the top 4 in the playoff picture. 3 points would certainly help move the Victoire up in the standings.
And Coach Henry was very set on winning those 3 points. You know, when we talked to her before, she said, what matters is three points.
Flaherty with a good block. Even up 3-0. Montreal still sacrificing bodies and getting in shooting lanes. Shelvin at the half wall, looking for a way to shoot. Puts it on goal. It's trapped into the glove. And Renee Desbiens, who holds on.
Of her third start, where she has allowed 2 goals and less. That is very impressive across the league. Montreal doesn't score that many goals today. They do, but you know, that's one of the reasons why Montreal has had so much success, is because Anne Renee is also known as the Wall.
19 shots, 19 saves for Desbiens. Looking at another rush here, though. Turnbull circles back, looking for some help. Toronto captain plays to Renata Fast, who's on her backhand. Unable to pull the trigger there. With the back, and it's now dumped in deep. Desbiens able to cover that up. Right now, Toronto just doesn't seem to have a lot of answers.
No, even off the face-off, Montreal has dominated the face-off circle, which is hard for a team to start not in possession.
With a Seattle win tonight in Ottawa on a Toronto loss, that would leave the Sceptres in dead last in the PWHL. Here's a chance and a kick save from Desbiens. Right now, Seattle is winning over at TD Place. 4 games, all 8 teams in action. New York Sirens have reversed their score on the league-leading Boston Fleet. Sirens are up 2-1 in that All-American contest. Later, Vancouver visiting St. Paul to take on the 2-time reigning champion Minnesota Frost. So lots of PWHL action still to come, and we're only step 1.
We're the
first ones out of the gate. The appetizer, I like that. In deep for Gosling. Gosling will just chip this forward. Young and Dubois just happy to push the puck back out into the neutral territory, and once again it's dumped back in, and an attacking zone face-off here for the Sceptres.
That's unfortunate, a face-off win, but the puck went wide, and the puck goes back into Toronto's zone. Here they go back, trying to attack here.
Dalton will flip it in. Deep Shelton.
It seems like a tendency for Toronto to just get the puck behind the defender, the Montreal defender. Can't seem to create anything off the rush.
Haven't been really able to generate much off the forecheck, apart from maybe a good start here to this third period, but Desbiens had the answers, and Montreal primed for 3 points once again on home ice. Looking to go a perfect 6-0 at Place Bell this season. Taven will take a look back. Let's have some company with Van Wieren, though, as now Toronto's forecheck tries to get the puck in deep. Van Wieren paid a price for that. However, the pass missed through the slot, and Kirk will come out and play it. Sheldon in behind the goal. Harmon. And maybe this time the Sceptres can generate something off the rush here. Malte takes a bump off the side of the goal, takes a double bump, and goes down, and Turnbull missed Watts. And it's just some of those disjointed passes that show Toronto's struggles here, who are in danger of being shut out for the second straight game. That would be a first time in the franchise's history.
And it seems that there's not that much support from Toronto as a unit of 5. Emma Malte earlier was all alone. She tried to put that puck on net. Same thing here at Blair Turnbull, but it can't seem to connect and work as a unit of 5.
Darkangelo back into the middle. Stacy Gosling, cross-ice pass, tipped on goal. Where's the puck? Kirk is down, and a quick whistle potentially, as that puck was jarred free at the end. But a good stop there from Reagan Kirk. 5:18 to go, third period. The latest Montreal chance and a 3-0 lead. And now Aaron Ambrose has the puck for the Victoire. And below the goal line for Gregg. Tries a wraparound. Kirk the save with the pad.
I don't know if they did video scouting on Reagan Kirk about wraparound, but we've seen 4 so far.
Been a few close calls too.
Yep.
Toronto trying to find its way out of its own zone. Taven does a good job pinching up, takes the puck away, play back over. Oh, that's a heavy check there. Maureen Murphy, not the worst of that one, and we'll now have a chat with the Toronto bench here. This puck down the ice. Icing call. Sceptres win the draw in their own end. Now with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. It's in deep from Toronto. Taven is there. Breakout the neutral zone. And Dubois chip forward. A lot of the supporting cast doing a lot of the heavy lifting here for the Victoire in this third period. Really shutting the Sceptres down. Yeah,
they've been really great at shutting them down. I mean, Anne Renee was a really key piece component to this success so far for the Montreal team. And, you know, Toronto's doing their best. They try to put the pucks behind the defender, trying to put pucks on net.
We'll try again here. Connors has her pass deflected, goes into the corner for Monroe. Taking back Dalton. Up top. Went forward again by Connors. In deep, and DiGirolamo does a good job taking the puck away. And again, Montreal just calmly out to the neutral zone. Irving plays to Rock. Rock has Poulin streaking towards the goal. Rock, though, will take the puck in deep, has to hammer on the brakes. Flanagan is there. Connors will try and play this forward. Good play to push that puck back, though, and taken out, and Dalton will just chip it in.
Again, I think we're trying to focus on not creating turnovers and, you know, putting pucks behind the players, but they're going to have to put some pressure on if they want to retrieve the puck there.
Seems like the message from the Montreal bench: shut it down. And this could be a difficult game because the Olympic tournament coming up. There'll also be a chance for the players that aren't going over to Italy to take a week off, rest up, see some family. So does your mind start to wander? Cory Chevrier was all about that three-point effort.
Yeah, and then she said it's going to be key to rest and recover before we attack the rest of the practices.
Right, the back half of the season. This is game number 16 here for the Sceptres as they look at a hot shot from Ambrose. 15 games played now after tonight for Montreal Victoire, who are 2:20 away from picking up their 7th regulation victory of the season.
Woo.
Another hard check in front of the Toronto bench. That time Stacy lowering the boom. Almerson quickly off the ice. Pinned up right in front of Sandra Abstreiter, who will be representing Germany at the upcoming Olympic Winter Games.
And Matt, we talked about that a lot of the Olympics, but you know, let's not forget about all these players who are still here working with their own regions, with their own team. And it's not an easy task for them to keep the motivation and keep practicing, because they're not going to have games. They're only going to have to practice, and it's hard to keep that momentum focused for those players who are not attending the Olympics.
There will be big games ahead for both these teams, that's without a doubt. A reminder, directly after this game, there will be an on-ice ceremony to send off the Olympic players from both these teams, 18 in total, 9 on each side. We will carry that for you, so stay tuned after the final buzzer here in Montreal. Less than 90 seconds to go. And what's been an airtight performance here from the Victoire. Went 2 for 2 on the power play in the second period. Pass forward once, might have a step here. Toronto's leading goal scorer looking for something, anything to try and break this deadlock here. Shot on goal. Desbiens has got it with the glove, and with 1:06 left. Also, Renee Desbiens' 50th career PWHL appearance today. Shot for 30th career victory. That was the last game against Ottawa. Most of any PWHL goaltender. Here's Poulin. Drop pass chance, and a shot that goes wide. Girolamo would have popped the roof off this place if that had gone in. 45 seconds to go. Up top for MPP, who's scored tonight. Bowie got him with that shot and elects for the pass. However, nobody in front. Poulin, Girolamo, a cross-ice pass in the middle. Poulin, how about that pass? And rock shot, and Kirk makes the save.
That was a great puck movement, and you know, Corey, doesn't matter what the score is, I'm going to send my top line back in there. Less than a minute. You know, they are amazing. They move the puck really well. Reagan Kirk has been good. I mean, she was able to stop that no screen.
Shot again off the draw over top of the net. A chance to try and push that in front from D'Arcangelo. Taken back by Shelvin. 15 seconds left. Part 1 of the Olympic send-off in the PWHL. Fans rising to their feet. The brick wall in net for Montreal. And Renee Desbiens picks up her 3rd shutout of the season, her 4th in her career. Bring on the Olympics.
What amazing way for Montreal to finish this part of the season before that Olympic break. And you can see some smiles, Poulin, Taven. Reagan Kirk, on the other hand, you know, she was scored on 3 times, but she was the best player for me for the Toronto Sceptres.
Linkova, Marie-Philippe Poulin, Cheyenne D'Arcangelo doing the damage, and Renee Desbiens, a 22 save shutout for her 3rd of the season. Montreal is on a real roll heading into the Olympic break. They've won 6 of their last 7. For Kelly Gregg and Sophie Pate, myself, Matt Cullen, all our hardworking crew at Place Bell in Laval. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of the day, the PWHL.